Sally TV. Rock 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 Sally TV.
Well, on your Faithful record, you cover two Beatles songs, and they're beautiful, beautiful versions. I think Rain and Strawberry Fields, which are amazing that you were able to attack something like Strawberry Fields. But as a drummer, Ringo is so innovative, and those two tracks kind of showcase that. But now actually playing with him and playing with him for many years, what are the things that perhaps surprised you about how good he is and the things that you love most about him as a player?
Well, we get to appreciate him in a way that almost nobody else does. Because for whatever reason, and we've petitioned him constantly about it, but for whatever reason, he never plays without another drummer playing along with him. And that's fine, he keeps the rhythm together, that's good, sounds powerful, stuff like that. But Ringo has a particular feel that no one has actually duplicated. And you can only hear it when he's playing by himself. And you know, we've tried to get him, you know, please, one song, just one song where it's just you on the drums, you know, and Greg will come up front and sing backgrounds with the rest of us. But we have yet to make any progress on that.
You know, looking at your catalog, what songs in terms of as a songwriter that you can now look at and step back and say, yeah, that definitely has some of that Beatle magic in there, or at least the influx of the influences of you know, Lennon, McCartney, or Harrison as a writer?
Well, you could almost say that, you know, the solo in I Saw the Light sounds like right off of a George Harrison record or something like that when he got into the slide guitar thing. I got into it for a different reason, but probably, again, we were being influenced by the same people. We were being influenced by like Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton. And it's really hard. You don't have the same objectivity that other people do. When people say they hear me in somebody else's music, I usually don't hear it. But again, it's because of the influences. You know, I only hear my influences. I don't see myself as an influence. So in that sense, you know, deconstructing my own music to figure out exactly who I stole from, and there's, you know, something that's, it's difficult for me. I don't have that kind of objectivity.
How about quarterly? Is there anything in terms of chord progressions and changes that you think have that Beatle tinge?
Well, if there's anything that I drew directly from the Beatles, it was the emphasis on harmonies. The harmonies were always, you know, in a lot of ways as important, you know, as the leads in a lot of the songs. And in some cases, you know, the song was all harmony, like Nowhere Man or something like that. So, yeah, I especially like those songs. You know, sometimes the ballads like Yes It Is and stuff like that, where they sing three-part harmony through the entire song.
Or This Boy.
Or This Boy, exactly. You know, those kind of songs. You know, I kind of like the Beach Boys for the same reasons. You know, but the Beatles, they were only three singers. They managed to get so locked in.
You know, with your work with Utopia, working whether it's with Meatloaf, whether it's working with Badfinger, whether it's working with Hall & Oates, and so XTC, so many people, your arranging skills are amazing, and especially with your harmonies. Did that always come naturally for you in terms of hearing something and saying, yeah, I know the parts for this? Or is there still some woodshedding on your part for that?
No, I was born a musician. I mean, everybody knew it from the time that I could first put my little 45s onto the fat spindle of my RCA 45 player. And I remember I had a stack of like light classical music by the Boston Pops. It'd be like Chicken Reel and Skater's Waltz and stuff like that. And they were all pressed in colored vinyl, blue and yellow and red and green. And so I would just sit there for hours, take a stack of them, put them on, and then like stare through the other ones that weren't on, listen to the whole stack, flip it over, listen to the whole stack. As soon as I got my hands on an instrument, I was picking out melodies, you know. As soon as I got a guitar, within a week I could play the Chipmunk song and Walk Don't Run. So that's just in me. You know, I know the differences between all the instruments. So I can't say exactly where it comes from. A lot of people need some musical education before they can kind of like listen to a whole ensemble and pick out the individual instruments. But that just never seemed to be an issue for me.
Rock Salad TV. 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 Rock Salad TV.